They may change this. Hey, how you doing, guys? I'm just trying to figure some things out here. There we go. Okay. Okay. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Pile on in here. Pile on in here. I hope everybody's having a good evening. Hope everybody's having a good evening. A good evening. I hope you got your favorite beverage. I hope you got your favorite donut. Whatever else you might need. But just pile on in here, guys. Just pile on in here. We'll let some people get in here. We'll get started. Hey, Red Hot. I'm just now like, hey, Kathy. Hello, everybody. Sue. How's everybody doing? Come on in here. I had to get my water in. My little water. My water. Hey, Roll Tide. Thank you. Yeah, just like the live, guys. Just like it. I think I turned the gifts off. I don't want no gifts when I do this. Hello, Daisy. How you doing, sweetheart? Hello, lady girl. Yeah, I don't like getting no gifts doing this. You passing out the donuts? Yeah, pass out the donuts. Get them in here. Pass the donuts out. I hope everybody's had a good evening or had a good evening. It's wearing down. I know. Yeah, I know it's wearing down. You want the lemon field monkey? Well, I think we could do that for you. Thank you, KK. Yeah, share the live out, guys, if you don't care. There's 9 people in here so far. Well, that's for one. Let me go ahead and do that before we get started. Turn them notifications off. I will say this. By mods, I've got some highly trained professional mods. They went to a TikTok school of moderation. They know what they're doing. Don't try to get nothing by them. Moderators, you know that I trust your all's judgment. You all do what you need to do. I think you all can let people up in the box. Y'all pretty well must know who I want in the box, who I don't want in the box. Um, uh, and I'll tell y'all right now. I think my mods will. I think they will warn you. Then they will mute you. And if you still keep getting by, they'll send you out of here. Red hot. And they'll send you out of here. I trust my mods. I trust everything they do. I don't question not one thing. So if you get blocked, don't come at me whenever and say, "Hey, I got blocked in your live. Can you unblock me?" No, I'm not going to unblock you because they had a reason to block you, and it was a good reason. As for that, if there's any awareness people in here, any awareness people at all, and you all want to come up in the box to shed light on some of these people that you all know, that you all talk about, be more than welcome to. I'll be glad to have you because sometimes I might forget stuff. Sometimes I might skip over things and everything. So be more than welcome that if you come up in the live, then you're more than welcome to. If you want to shed light, your story on one of these people that I'm talking about, you're more than welcome to come up in the box. You're more than welcome to. But all I ask is please don't request a box until it's is that I'm talking about that person that you want to talk about, okay? Because I get sidetracked so easy that if I do that and we'll start talking about it, I'll forget this. So just kind of wait until we're at that person and then request and come up. Um, I just like to have a respectful life. If any of these people in here are in here and want to get up in a box, you're more than welcome to. There's only one thing for Mr. Doug Lang. For you to get up in my box, you have to send me jets. And oh, that's right. I turned my gift off, so you can't send me jets. Okay, I'll tell you what. You could PayPal me at kiss my at a money sign.com. So what that means is you ain't getting in my box. So you can try all you want. If you get in here and run your mouth, you're gone automatically. You're gone. Lisa J. Come on up, Lisa J.
Hi, family.
How you? How,
Hi.
hey.
I got all the girls with me. I was just saying hi.
Okay, that's fine. How
I
you
got
doing?
Kentucky Witch and Sunshine. Dina,
All righty.
love us.
Well, I hope y'all having fun.
Hey, Don. Hey, Don.
Hey, guys. Hey, everybody.
Right here.
If everybody wants to say hi to Kentucky Witch, Sunshine, and Lady J,
I'm Rebel's here.
Reb's here with
Red's
us.
here with us, Don. He's taking care of us.
Reb,
Hi,
we have
everyone.
Rebel Dog with us.
Dad,
hey, Bree, yeah.
do you have AAA batteries?
Huh?
Do you have AAA batteries?
Yeah,
Who's that?
go in the top of my closet in the little plastic thing top of my closet in the bedroom.
Okay, thanks.
hmm
Bye, everybody. Keep fighting the good fight.
Who's that?
All right. Lisa J, y'all enjoying yourself?
Yes, we are. Hey, tonight, before we start our lives,
What's that?
I know I'm losing my voice. Before we start our live tonight, can we really have a special prayer for Kentucky?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you want to say it or who do you want to say it?
I mean, I just want to say a special prayer for her. She's
Okay.
getting ready to, she's in the
Yeah.
bathroom right now. And I want to say a prayer for her because she's going to be going into surgery.
Yeah.
So I thought as a family, we could all get together either on live or quietly to ourselves. It doesn't matter. But say a prayer for her tonight.
Yeah. If we all could say a prayer for Kentucky Witch, that would be if you want me to say it, I can say it.
Yeah.
If everybody would just give me a minute before we start, real quick, we'll say a prayer for Kentucky Witch.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Dear Lord, we come to you tonight to lift Kentucky Witch up into your arms. You know what's going on with her. Please look over the doctors, all the nurses, and all the surgery team that's going to be with her. Look over the friends that she has with her. Make sure they are safe. Make sure they have a safe trip back. And if everybody in here could just lift her up and put her in your arms, Lord, we'd greatly appreciate that. And not only that, we also pray for not only our country, but we also pray for all the sick that might be in here. Everybody in here that has a health issue, we pray for them or might be sick tonight. And we come at you tonight, Lord, in your name, and ask you to lift Kentucky Witch up. And in your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Don, so very much.
You're welcome.
Thank
You
you.
Thank you,
all,
buddy.
you all
Hey,
have a
let's
good
get this live going for the reason that it's supposed to be. Let's get this
Okay.
live going. Thank
Exactly.
you.
You're welcome. Hey, Tommy, what's happening, buddy?
What's going on?
Not much. About to have a live here.
Yeah, I got kicked out a minute ago. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready to start a live, and I don't want nobody right now until after the live or whatever. Not nothing
Oh, I
against
got you.
you. It's just I'm about to bring awareness is what it is.
Well, yeah, and I'm here for the same thing. So
Okay.
because I was live and told everybody in my live to come over to you so we could see what was going on.
All right. I appreciate Tommy, and one of the awareness is going to be a guy that you know. So
Well, yeah, that's what I'm here for.
okay. Well, just go down in the comments, and then if you got something to say when I'm talking about him, you're more than welcome to come up.
All right, yeah, just let me down because I still can't figure out how to get the fuck out of the box.
All right, buddy. All right, guys. Let's get this going. Like I said, if there's any awareness people in here that on these subjects that I'm about to talk about, if you want to come up and put your aspect on it, then you're more than welcome to. As everybody knows, we can see who we got up there right now. It's Tim and Angela. Tim and Angela has been at this for a year and a half to 2 years. They put on our Facebook group. They beg on there. They beg constantly. They get $70 to $90 a day just for a hotel room. Now here lately, I'm noticing the other day he was on here dry begging for 2 phone bills, $90 for 2 phone bills. Had a special needs person send him I guess a CA, maybe PayPal. I'm not sure where it was sent to, but people got on him and said he should send it back. He should send it back. He says he send it back. I can't vouch that he sent it back. I don't know. He didn't show proof, so can't say that he sent it back. He said that people got him fired from his job at McDonald's, which is possibly true. That's possibly true after all the other things it has happened. They lay in the hospital, or not hospital. I'm sorry. Think about Tucky Witch. They lay in the hotel bed all day long, begging for their room, begging for food. Now, I noticed in their live the other night that there was a Rodney that says, "Hey, have you got anything about getting me paid back?" He said, "No, just got the room paid for a week." So I guess he's going to start begging for that because he did beg to get his Cash App caught up where he had overdrawn it. Somebody DoorDash, or not DoorDash, but sent him a DoorDash gift card to get him food. And he was showing, I seen a video where he was showing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and say he's rough. Well, buddy, there have been times that I wished I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So, I mean, you can, Kathy. You can. Once you've been on a CA for so long, they'll give you an overdraft, so much of an overdraft, and then they'll build that up if you pay that overdraft back. And now they got a thing called borrow on there that you can borrow money, and the overdraft is if you use that overdraft when your money comes onto your Cash App, they take it out automatically for your overdraft. So you can do that on a Cash App card, but you have to be with them for a little bit to get that privilege. Now, I don't know if you abuse it, if they take it away from you or not. I don't know that, but and of course, I don't know if a lot of y'all in here had seen the hotel they was at right now. This picture, she gets mad, throws a coffee cup, busts it, busts her watch, and all kinds of things. And of course, what they get on here dry begging. He got on here one day, had a flat tire, was dry bagging for a flat tire to get it fixed or whatever. Getting money to get a tire and stuff, you know. Well, if you're working, you're gonna set your priorities straight, and you're gonna have that tire fixed, because that's your way back and forth to work. That's your way back and forth to get your meat and potatoes. So I would probably set my priorities a little bit more straight. He used to be a wrestler down in Tennessee. Of course, everybody on here knows that I used to be a wrestler myself. Not much I can say about the guy's wrestling career. So, yeah, LD9, he of course, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, it has been mentioned on here quite a bit, quite a few times. Hey, Rackham, are you from the area, LD9? But yeah, I wrestled down there a couple times, and now I don't know. He did owe a couple elderly ladies that let him borrow some money. He did owe them some money. He was making payments to them. I don't know if he paid them off or not. No, Angela, no, I did not wrestle him. I've seen his wrestling, but I never wrestled him. Now I don't know. Okay. He does still owe these two ladies, the two elderly ladies. I want Mexican. I can't remember their names. If y'all could help me with their names down here in the chat. The two elderly ladies. I know the guy was Rodney. Yeah, New Mexico Nana, and somebody else, another elderly lady. But he still owes them, and then I guess he owes a gentleman money now. You know, me, if I don't have the money, I'm not going to agree to take somebody's money and agree to pay him back if I know I don't have the money to pay him back. If I'm on here, this app, begging for money or dry begging for whatever, I'm not going to borrow money off nobody. And I don't know why somebody would offer it. I know these ladies probably got a big heart, you know. Yeah, well, I'm still begging others for money. Right, Team Marie. I just, you know, the people's got too big of a hearts. He only made one $15 payment and never paid him again. Okay, well, there you have it. One $15 payment and never paid him again. Was it, let's see who we got here. Susie. Don't know who Susie is, but let's see who Susie is. Might be an accident, never know. Oh, Susie.
And I'm so excited to just.
It was an accident.
Oh, okay. I'll let you back down, honey.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so he owes two elderly women, money, and a gentleman, Rodney, which I think Rodney is that Rod that is one of his friends through the wrestling business, which is a guy that took pictures of the wrestling shows down that way. I've met him a few times in the wrestling business. That Rod, Lady Rebel. I guess she didn't want to come up. I don't see her here no more. Okay, yeah, Ron. I've seen him a few times in the wrestling. He took some. Yeah, he's been asking daily to be paid. I seen the other day, and Tim told him, no, I just got the room paid for a week. Now I'm worried about getting some food and yada, 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 and the phone bill. And then he got the food. I don't know. He might have got the phone bill paid. I don't. And yeah, cell phones, got all that. I see he's got his tire. He's had his tire. Got it paid for off the internet. Like I said, $70 to $90 a day for a hotel room. Now there has been things that happen with them that I don't agree with. Is they have had letters. His job that he was working just recently received letters, threatening letters, and I don't agree with that. I do not agree with going real life like that. Here's somebody else. Let's see. Don't agree with going real life like that. Nobody should be sending letters, threatening letters at that for nothing. Hello, Becky. Becky, was that an accident? But yeah, guys, I mean, I know that people's on here and, it makes them mad, but one thing that I ask is please do not send no threatening letters or nothing like that to nobody's business. If you know the hotel, don't send no threatening letters or nothing like that. Oh, you're fine, Becky. Don't send no threatening letters. That's not what we're about in the awareness group. That's definitely not what we're about at all. I see people on here talk about, they'll report them to the IRS and Social Security and stuff, which I personally don't do that, but I mean, that is said that, if you know to report it. So there's not much I can say about that. If you report it that way, report them that way, then there's not much I can say about that. But man, do not, please, don't send no threatening letters, especially letters threatening to unalive somebody. That's not right. That's not right at all. Or unalive the store. That store had nothing to do. And at least the man had a job. That store had nothing to do with that man begging on the internet. That store had nothing to do with that. That store probably didn't even know that he was doing that. So please don't do that. That's all I ask. Don't go real life. Don't bring kids into anything. If you're gonna, post a funny picture or something about them on here, and they have kids, make sure the kids are left out of it. We don't need to let. And if it happens to be a husband and you never see the wife, don't bring the wife in on it, because that means the wife didn't want to be on here. Vice versa. So yeah, that's all I ask is please, man. I mean, if you're my follower, please don't uh, send no threatening letters or nothing of that sort. Um, but is there any awareness group that wants to touch more on these subjects that I haven't touched on, or want to little bit further on these two individuals here? She has a coffee habit too. I know that she likes to spend a lot of money on Dunkin' coffee, Dunkin' Donuts coffee. She likes to spend a lot of money there. She likes to get her hair done. Um, dry spot. And here we go with KK. She's real good about touching on subjects. Hey, KK.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to verify because I see a lot of people asking in the chat. Yes, the letters are real. They are real. They were actually sent to them. These letters were actually sent, similar letters were actually sent to Chris Mosteller and Doug Lang as well. And I know that, I always tell people to ask for receipts. Unfortunately, it is under active investigation. All the stuff has been turned over to detectives and police officers. So, like, I mean, I kind of have to pull a trust me, bro. But I mean, they're real. They're definitely real. The letters to Doug and the letters to Chris Mosteller, they're all written out the same. They all pretty much say the same things. They're disgusting,
And if
absolutely foul, and they're real.
KK, if I'm not mistaken, are the letters, they know that the letters are coming from the same city? Am I right on
Yes.
that? Okay.
Yep. It's one of the Carolinas, North Carolina or South Carolina.
It's Greensboro, ain't it? Ain't it? Greensboro is where they're
Yes.
coming
That's where the stamp is from. Yep.
from. Yeah, that's where they're postmarked from. So yes, they know where it's coming from, and they are real. And that's what I said. As much as we talk and try to bring awareness, we do not agree with sending letters like this out. That's just something that just should not be done. Absolutely not. KK, anything else you want to touch on it?
No, not really, other than they're liars and beggars and you pretty much covered all that, I just wanted to verify that, these letters were very real and, I hate giving these people outs, but genuinely, if I got letters, because I've read some of them, if I got letters like that, I would be afraid for my life. So I'm just, they're disgusting and they go into great detail. So that's all I wanted to hop in and say.
All right, KK, thank you, dear.
You're
And
welcome.
and another thing, guys, is if I don't comment back to you in the chat, I try not to watch the chat because there is a lot of haters that like to come in here, and I try not to read it because I feel I'm better off that way. That's why I let my mods handle what they need to handle. So don't think I'm not trying to answer your question or not. I'm just not reading the chat at that time. Let me see. Effects. Let's see another. Let's see who we got here. Yeah, there we go. All right, guys. I don't know if anybody knows who that is. I'm gonna back out of the way to see if maybe y'all can see the sign there. I don't know. Some of y'all might know who that is. Some of y'all might not. That right there is Tim Nash. He goes by the name of That Guy on here. This man is in very, very active addiction. Stolen valor, as you can see by the sign. He told me the other day in his live when I told him he was stolen valor. I lost my credibility when I said that it was stolen valor. He never said that. I believe that sign right there says Army vet. I believe that's what that says. So yeah, he's a stolen valor. He's also claimed to be an amputee. Showed his legs supposedly not being there, which was tucked up underneath of him. Then miraculously it grew back. Went to the hospital for surgery on that leg that grew back. Was out here begging for money because of the surgery for his meds and stuff. Showed that it was bandaged up, and they showed it bandaged up, and it was a maxi pad, literally a maxi pad, a stay-free maxi pad is what. And he said that the hospital ran out of gauze, and that's all they had to put on his leg. That is BS. From day one. He also lies about having cancer. He says he's had 2 different cancers. I don't know about nobody in here. Well, I'm sure there is quite a few people. My mom passed away of cancer. I take it to heart very, very, very seriously. That's nothing to joke about. I'm sure there's people in here that might be battling cancer that probably that I know takes to heart. And all you people that's over there supporting him and giving him his money and believing his cancer story is slapping all these ones out here that's got cancer and is fighting cancer. You're slapping them in the face. All the ones that might have passed away because of cancer, you're slapping their families in the face by sending this man who is lying about cancer money. He is in active addiction. He's on here all the time. Oh, I got a job. I start a Monday. And then he goes to that job, and it's that's Friday. And then it's only a part-time job. I got to I'm going out and putting applications in, try to find me something else. Excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. And then he was in Pennsylvania. He went from Pennsylvania down to Tennessee. He's in Cleveland, Tennessee now. On here asking for tents. I seen the other day somebody did him a Walmart order. He went and picked up, that was either the 3rd or 4th tent that he had. I know on July the 4th, he said some teenagers come, set fireworks off inside of his tent at him, set his tent on fire. He supposedly got burnt and all that. It's an excuse. And then this last tent, supposedly raccoons tore the zipper off the tent to get inside to him, and he didn't have a zipper, so now he needs a tent so he can stay warm. He needs an air mattress. He's had a couple air mattresses, sleeping bags. He's had some sleeping bags. On here all the time asking for food, and wanting money for his medication. One of them is a pain patch that he chews. He literally chews on a pain patch. That's why he's got no teeth. Literally chews on a pain patch. He's addicted to them. Um, One thing I heard him say something the other day, his psychotic meds. I don't think I ever heard him ask for money for psychotic medication. I have heard of him pain meds, his cancer meds. Them patches are very strong, especially they start with an F, and I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get. Yeah, if you look at Texas Bluebonnet, she typed it in. Seizure meds, yeah, seizure meds. He's homeless. Supposedly he has a girlfriend that's in a rehabilitation center. She could come out on weekends and stay with him. And now a rehabilitation center probably not going to let nobody come out to stay with a homeless person in a tent. Just my guess. I don't know if this might be an accident. They can't prove he attempted to rob a. Yeah, they can't prove that. Sherry, did you mean to come up, hon?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, you're fine. Yeah, they can't prove that on him up in Pennsylvania, so I won't. I mean, that was told, but I won't speak on it. It won't be. It won't speak on me. But yeah, he is. And his mod. One of them is actually a Tim and Angela supporter. Her name's Miss May. I see her over at Tim and Angela's. I see her in Tim's, enabling him. She did change her name and was going by name, but he ratted her out so many times that everybody knew who it was. Cindy, did you mean to come up, honey? Yeah, Timothy Nash, he is a stolen valor. Signs right there. Yeah, that's right. The boxes are people accidentally tapping because they're tapping on the live, which is understandable. I've done it a few times. No big deal, no biggie. I don't think I can check to see if I got a recent photo. I mean, I don't think I do. No, I don't. I don't have a recent photo of him, but he does not look like that. You could tell him the photo. Okay, KK, that's cool. KK's gonna grab one, and you could tell by now that he is in active addiction. And you're just supplying that. When you're enabling him, you just know that you're supplying that addiction that he's in, and that the lies that he tells you, and just know that when you're enabling, because you feel sorry because he says he has cancer, you're slapping people in the face that is fighting cancer. You're slapping people in the face that family has passed away from cancer. You're slapping people in the face of that. So just know that that's what you're doing when you're enabling. Hey, KK.
I just wanted to show an updated picture.
No,
I literally just grabbed that.
I don't know how to switch the boxes, so if everybody can look up KK is, unless one of the moderators can switch the boxes here, I don't know how to do it. Yep, there we go. Timothy,
Thank you.
that guy is who we're looking at. As you can see, the big difference between him. He likes to get on here and he likes to cry and say that people don't care for him to help him. They don't care that he's starving and stuff. Yeah, so my driver, you can fix him. I bet you can. But yeah, this is Timothy Nash, that guy. Just know that he does not have cancer. He is not an amputee. He's lied about being an amputee. He has not served in the Army. He stolen valor on that. Stolen valor on that. He hasn't served in the Army. Hey, Red Hot. She dropped real quick.
Oh, and then also another thing that he's done was he would either steal other people's art, or he would use AI and create this art and then sell it and try to sell it as his original art.
That was my next thing that I was. But thank you for touching on it. You did that was awesome. I don't have to talk about it. But yeah, KK.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. KK's right. The art that he does is stealing from other people, AI generated on the internet, whatnot. That's Timothy Nash, that guy. Just know that when you're supporting him, you're supplying his active addiction. If they could switch these back around right now, I think I'm gonna move on. Talks a lot. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's correct. He lies about his family. He says that his mom and dad has passed away. That's not the case. Talks about having a son that is unalived. I don't believe that's true. I think this might be an accident too. But yeah, his family is well much alive. They do not have nothing to do with him. And he says that he lost his mother and father weekend. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Lost his mother and father to OD in the same weekend, which did not happen. They don't have nothing good. His sister don't have nothing good to say about him or nothing. So just know that you enablers know that when you're helping him, you're supplying an active addiction on an addict when you should be offering help to that addict. I'm sure everybody knows who this one is. I used to do a lot on him. Mr. Chris Mostetler. Can't talk _with_Chris. Chris is starting to make his way back onto TikTok. Chris was off TikTok, I don't know, around the end of June, I think, middle of June. We'll get to that story before. But Chris has been doing this for about 3 years, I guess. It was that his house burnt down. He was with his ex and his 2 younger children at the time. And it was his house burnt down and destroyed the house. Wasn't nothing he could do. They got a hotel. He drove his family in the company van to the hotel, and he got fired because he wasn't allowed to have nobody in the company van, and he drove his family to the hotel after a fire, and the company fired him. I come to find out the house was not a total loss. It was just the kitchen. they ended up a kitchen and a little bit of, I think, a closet in a back room. Yeah, of a back room. So that it was that they fixed the house up, and I believe they sold it. It sold, but that's Chris story. So he got on here and was begging when they was in the hotel, begging and begging and begging. Well, finally they come together. TikTok did, and they got him a camper, which is the camper that he lives in. Is TikTok people funded that camper for Camp Talk. Well, he was at the campground, and Chris said, they got us kicked out because they called the campground and yada, 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 and called his work and got him fired from his work. But yet Chris is the one that doxed himself on where he worked on here. Yeah, definitely wasn't totaled. You're right, Jerry. Definitely wasn't totaled. Doxed himself. The reason he got kicked out of the campground was because he was behind on the rent of the campground, and it just got to the point of the campground finally told him, "Hey, he said that they said they got to go." So they packed up in the middle of the night, got a U-Haul, and booked it out of there. Well, when he was getting the money up to do this, some woman meant to send him $120. She accidentally sent him $1,200. When she asked him about it, he blocked her, never talked to her again. The woman literally accidentally, she was an elderly woman, accidentally sent him $1,200 when she meant him to send him $120. And so he blocked that lady. They moved and went to another campground. Come around Christmas time, he gets on here and begs and whines around that don't have no money for the kids. So he puts up a Amazon wish list, TikTok. Gets his kids Christmas gifts. If it wasn't for TikTok, his kids would not have had a Christmas. Well, he takes and sells some of the stuff. Some person got him some work boots to start a job. He went and showed that he got it, but he ended up taking them right back in and getting his money back. He don't want to work. Well, his family ended up and leaving. Went to Illinois, where his ex's family was. Well, he was left by himself, without a car or whatnot, and so of course he was dry begging for DoorDash money and all that. I mean, money. And unfortunately, his father had passed away. Well, he ended up getting his father's car that ended up wrecking a total one. So he ended up getting that. Still didn't get a job. Gets this free TikTok stuff sent to him. They're supposed to do these commercials or whatever you want to call on them to promote a video. And he does the least amount of work to it that he can do. And yeah, I'm gonna get to that Texas blue bonnet. I'm gonna get to that. Least amount he can do. Well, as they was cleaning out his father's room, Chris said that his father lived with a roommate, and he had a room. As they was cleaning it out, I guess Chris had took his dad's medication. And one night he was alive, and was trying to light his cigarette with a flashlight, and said that he thought it was a lighter. Well, come to find out, his daughter ended up calling down there and telling, "Hey, get him off the live. He's acting like a fool." Well, they end up getting him off the live, so he comes back the next day with this story that he had a mental breakdown. There ain't no way that was a mental breakdown. That was fueled by medication. So yeah, and I guess his mother told him that he needed to go with the ambulance, or she was gonna put a restraining order on him to keep him off the property, or something like that. Well, then to come to find out that I guess he's staying with the mom for a while. He moves his camper. And he's tried, and he's still doing this right now. He tried to make everybody think that it's his property when it's actually the boyfriend of his mother's property that his camper sits on. That his camper sits on. And he thinks just because he does the campfire, he's the one that started it. No, he ain't the one that started it. Hello, Preston. Is it accident?
Accident.
All right, honey. So yeah. So that's where he's at, is up there. So he takes these free TikTok stuff, and he takes what he calls the jockey lot, which is a flea market. And he sells them for triple the what you can buy them for on TikTok. People he's tried to lie and say that, but people has took pictures of him there with stuff on the table. I heard him the other day say that he made $1,200 in the TikTok. The man can't even pay his child support. The man has 7 kids. His 2 oldest kids are adults that he still pays child support on because he owes child support that he wouldn't pay when they was younger. He wouldn't take care of the kids when they was younger. The 3 middle kids, Chris says he was in jail. Something happened. They come and took the 3 middle kids, put them in foster care. Well, 2 of them got adopted out. His son spent 10 years in foster care. Then the state started calling the family to see if they wanted him. Chris didn't take this boy. His mom ended up taking him. His mom raising Chris's kid. And that's one thing I want to ask. Chris, do you do anything to help your mom raise that boy? Do you give her money? Probably not. But yeah, Chris' mom raises that son. Now his 2 younger ones, I don't even know where they're at now. I won't even speak on it. Only supposed to pay $80 a month in child support. Then this past Christmas, he said he had Christmas stuff, and then he promised his daughter that he was mailing them. Never mailed none of the stuff. And when questioned about it, he said that he wasn't sending no Christmas gifts or anything like that so they can enjoy it without their daddy around. But you ain't much of a father, because I don't care what's going on. I'm going to, first of all, take care of my kids. Second of all, I'm going to send whatever I got, send it to them just to make their day. Don't matter, that they don't get to, enjoy it around me, because you haven't took the effort to drive to wherever they're at to see them. Then you say, well, they said if I come there, they'll call the law on me, yada, yada. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then why don't you take them to court? Why don't you go to court, get your visitation? There ain't a thing they can do about it. If you go up there to see them, there's not a thing they can do about it because you have visitation. You have not yet tried to do that. You just want to get on here and you want to use that and you want to cry and use it as a pity party to get the money that people throw at you. That's all you want to do. That's all you want to do. The latest out of Chris Mostetler is in June. He took off and went to the beach with his mom and his son. He said somebody else, which we know was the guy named Brian, that's his mom's boyfriend. Went to the beach. They go there for, I think it's like 19 or 20 days or something like that. Chris ties his dog. If anybody knows what kind of heat we had in June, it was hot. It was scorching. I wouldn't even wanted to have been outside very long. But Chris ties his dog to an old clothesline pole. He puts a picture of this clothesline pole, and you can tell that the dog wrapped himself around it and unalived himself. Chris makes a BS story that the trolls off of the internet come onto his property and hung his dog from that pole. That's the biggest BS story I've ever heard in my life. Didn't call, when somebody asked to call, he said that the lady watching him called the law. But then the next day he says that he did call law. Didn't even offer to come back home, to call the authorities, to put a report out, to get something done about it. Nothing like that. Didn't, but he still uses that story today. Oh, people feel sorry for him. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. And they start throwing that. Well, it's called manipulation. And he starts. Then I heard last night he was talking about the letters that he was getting that when KK was just talking about. Me and KK was talking about. And he says, oh, I've got the local authorities in on it. I got the FBI in on it and all that. So you tell me, because you get some letters in the mail that you can go and you can report that to the local authorities and you can call the FBI on that. But when it comes to your dog, supposedly somebody hanging your dog, you can't even take the time to come back. You can't even take the time to call the local authorities. You can't even take the time to call the FBI or nothing on that. But yet you can on a letter. And then you said last night that these people are sick in the head to be able to think of some of the stuff they write and think and say the things that they say. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Chris Mostetler, you're sick in the head because you need help, medical attention help, to sit and think up of a BS story that you sat and thought up and come up here and blasted it out on the internet. But it backfired on you. But yet you're still going with that, trying to pull in the new followers. It backfired on you because your old followers seen the BS story and they left. They left you. They called you and told you, hey, I don't think it's right. And what'd you do? Instead of sitting there trying to talk to him, what'd you do? Oh, well, have a good life. Hung up on him. Some friends you are. So, yeah, if the people that's making up these letters need mental help, then you need mental help for thinking up of the BS story that you got on here and told about that poor little dog. You kept that dog tied up. The dog couldn't even really run. And if you look at your yard, he had nowhere to run. It's all weeds. But yet, you tie this dog out and expect him to stay out there for 19 to 20 days in scorching heat. I'm not even in South Carolina. I'm up further north. And I didn't even want to be outside for 3 minutes when it was hot like that. But yet you tied your dog outside like that and expected him to stay there. And then you can get, like I said, local authorities and FBI because of a letter, but you can't do nothing because of your dog that you love so much. And then you said that the woman, she just couldn't find it in her heart to call the law when she was so tore up. She was so tore up when she found law because she just couldn't find it in her heart to. I couldn't ask her to call law. Next day somebody asked you about it. You said, "Oh, she called the law. I talked to them on the phone." Okay, which is it? Could she not call the law because she was tore up? Or did she call the law? And then you got all these cameras supposedly around. You even showed one on the corner of your camper the other night. You got all these cameras rolling around. But yet they didn't pick up nobody. They didn't pick up nobody doing that to that poor little dog. And where you showed that night of the dog, where he would have been at, the camera would have picked it up that you showed on the side of your camper. So I hope if there's any new followers in here that you've been over in Chris Mosteller's live, I hope you're hearing this, and I hope that you see. And if you know of any of his old followers that's not there no more, some of them was his moderators. If you know some of them and you want to know if this is fact or not, reach out to them. Message them. Reach out to them and message them and say, hey, can you tell me the reason why you're not with Chris Mosteller anymore? And I guarantee you, they'll tell you why they're not with him. Hello, Texas. Okay, she probably got a mistake. Yes, they'll probably tell you why they're not with him no more. So yeah, you don't pay your child support. Only reason why you paid it for your older kids as long as you did is because you did go to jail, and the judge said you missed one payment, he was going to put you back in jail, and I believe it was, I think he said 2 years or something like that, I believe what he said. You can't even pay $80, but yet you're talking about making $1,200 off the TikTok shop, which I think is bull crap. If you did make $1,200, It wasn't because of your videos on here. It was because you was selling at the flea market, is what it was. But you ain't thinking about nobody but yourself. When you first started coming back on here, and I love it. I knew exactly you was gonna keep that same story. You got on here, and you was so out of your mind that everybody could see that you was so out of your mind. And somebody asked you about, oh, I'm tired. That's your story every time. I'm tired. I've been up since such and such in the morning. I'm tired. Buddy, look at me right now. I've been up since 2:30 this morning with my knee killing me. And you don't see me doing this. You don't see me doing that. And I'm wore out, buddy. I am tired. I'm wore plumb out. You don't see nobody else. A person here in this chat probably go out and work 12 hours a day. Tired. Get on here and have them alive be wore out. I guarantee you won't see them nodding out. Guarantee it that you won't see them nodding out. But yet you're tired. And just like the fact that the woman was, it's just like I said, you're tired. Just like your story of the woman was too distraught to call the cop. But yet the very next day, she was also the scamming. Not this past summer, but the summer before last, they went down to the beach. Ball cap, like he's got on his head. You could tell it was used. I'll give him maybe $10, maybe up to $20. Might even be free. He might have got it free from them. I can't even remember, but you go set through a thing and they give you like stuff like that and money or something. I can't even remember what it's called. I try to stay away from all that crap. But yeah, and he raffled it off. 10, maybe, like I said, $20. If it wasn't free, I wouldn't put it past $20. Raffled that thing off, made $135 off of that one hat, one ball hat. $135. If that's not a scam, I don't know what is. And then, and like I said, I got receipts. They're on my profile page. All you got to do is scroll down through there and you can find videos. Also a video of this, what I'm about to tell you. I had this one older lady reach out to me. Used to be one of Chris's followers, gifted him, or would send him cash apps. Well, she got on Cash App one day and went to send her grandson $100. Accidentally sent it to Chris. She requested a refund. Chris, she explained to Chris, it was supposed to be for my grandson. Chris refused the refund and blocked the lady. Even after he knew that was for her grandchild's birthday. And then said, anybody knows that if you request a refund that you get your money back. No, you have to send that money back. You have to say, yeah, I'll give a refund. You tried to say it was fake. It wasn't fake. I had the proof on my profile. Anybody wants to see it can go see it. If you can't find it, reach out to me in a message, and I'll send it to you. I'll send it right to you. Plain as day, you can see she sent it to him. You can see where she requested a refund and where he refused it. So that's Chris Mostetler. He's trying to make his way back. And so anybody out there, please beware of Chris Mostetler and his scheming, begging ways. He just like right when he come back, dry begging. Somebody said something. Somebody come up in the chat. She didn't even say anything. He's like, oh, such and such. If you've been trying to text me, my phone's off. I can't get your message. She didn't say anything about her texting. He just so happened to say that. I paid my phone bill for 3 months and I didn't have the money. You made $1,200 off TikTok shop. How come you couldn't have paid your phone bill? So yeah, just be careful, beware of this guy, and I'm just saying, steer clear of him. Like I said, if you know of some of his followers that you haven't seen in there, reach out to them and ask them. Ask them why they're not in there no more. Ask them why they're not in there no more. Mods, be on the lookout. Watch the door. Watch the door, mods. Watch the door. As we can see here, everybody, taking out the trash. Doug Lane. Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you're real. 228 people here. Put a 1 in the chat if you're real. Hey, rack them up. I believe you might have a little story to add to it. You can come up here in a minute if you want to. I believe you have something to say. Mr. Doug Lane, Mr. Body Shamer, Mr. Vile, Mr. Racist, Mr. Homophobic. I could go on and on and on. Now his little scheme is a bread box, wrapping off a bread box that he's going to make out of cedar. He's making out of cedar wood. If anybody knows, I heard, I'm not going to say her name. If she's in here, she can say it. I'm not going to say her name. I heard her, right there, cedar bread, Miss Kathy Davis. I heard her talk about it this evening, or I would not have known it. I wouldn't have known it. That you can't have cedar around bread or food because I guess it's toxic, so it would contaminate the food. So, and he's making bread boxes out of cedar. So there you go with that. But anyways, this man here has made, 1 year he made 80 grand. Dry spot. Cedar oil is very toxic. Daisy May. That's what I heard. I heard that she was giving him refunds. Always giving refunds. But 80 grand. 80 grand. Gonna buy his property and stuff. Don't have nothing to show for it. Look, he's living on some farmer's property. He had 80 grand, gonna buy his own property and build him a cabin. But yet, he lives on the farmer's property in a tent. In a tent. He's gonna show you the off-grid way of how he lives. He doesn't have a mortgage. He doesn't have electric. He's got his electric under control and got his water under control. And he's going to show you how to live off grid. But yet the man, he lives in a tent. He's got a stove that he cuts wood for his heat. He's got solar inverters and stuff for his lights and his electricity. His food, he goes to the store and buys his food. He doesn't hunt. He doesn't fish. He doesn't skin nothing. He don't kill nothing. Off-gridder, I thought, did all that. His water, he goes down the hill to the farmer and them's house and gets water. Off-gridder, I thought you got water like out of a creek and you filtered it somehow and boiled it or whatever. You showed him how to live. This man chooses to be homeless, but yet he's an off-gridder. But yet there's a guy on here, Hillbilly Bushcraft, I think. I've watched him a few times. He shows you how to do off-grid. He's built a cabin from hand, logs and everything, but yet he works a job, and he shows you he worked, but yet he still shows you the off-gridding ways. This man here just manipulates people. Manipulates them. Lied out his ass the other day. Manipulated. And people fell for it and threw him his money. Oh, guys, this is my last day on TikTok. I can't come on here no more. The farmer and his wife said that if I come on here that they were going to kick us off the property, and I just can't. I got too much invested here. I can't just load this stuff up and leave. So I'm not going to be able to come on here. These trolls has got to them and everything. But yet he come on here, yet that lasted about a whole 36 hours. Come on here yesterday. Supposedly had the farmer's wife in the box. I still don't know if that's the farmer's wife or not, but she never said one word of what Doug said the day before. Never said one word of what Doug said. Lied out his ass. Told Doug, you can stay there, I don't care. She said, matter of fact, her exact word says, I don't care what you do. I don't care who you scam or nothing. But she basically told Doug to scam people. Basically told him to scam people. She didn't care. But she did say, you are going to stay up there and you're going to live there. You all got a place to go. But yet the day before, Doug said a totally different story. So he lied out his hind end about it. Lied out of his hind end. Racist. Pops the N-word off all the time. Pops it off. Pops the racist word off all the time. Pops that N-word off. And then he's going to sit and talk about women on here. He's going to talk about Red Hot. He's going to talk about Kentucky Witch. He's going to talk about Tatted and call them pumping dumps. Very vile. Very vile. That's something real nice to say when you're trying to build your platform. I'm going to call them pumping dumps. And then Kentucky Witch, which everybody knows, we just said a prayer for her because she has a brain aneurysm. And she is going to have a brain surgery. He said that she has faked her brain aneurysm. Shit, that she don't have a brain aneurysm. Well, this surgery tells different. He also got on here and said that he wished her head would explode. Now, why would you tell somebody? Why would you tell somebody going through a brain aneurysm that? Why in the world would you tell somebody that? Because you're a vile human being, is why. He's also got on here, and there was one gentleman, Doug was at the resource center. One gentleman went to see Doug at the resource center. Doug turned on that gentleman and said that he wished his house was burned down and wished they would hang him in a tree. Why are you going to tell somebody that for? Why are you going to tell somebody that for? And then he gets on here and body shames people and body shames people, makes fun of people's serious illnesses and stuff like that. And then you've got these people that advocate for him, take up for him. Oh, he's a good guy. But yet you got one on here that's going to sit in his box yesterday while the farmer's wife's in there. You're going to sit in his box. And yes, your question there, Minnie, is how in the world can Barina support him? Well, let me tell you this. Barina sat in his box yesterday, in that racist box. He's a racist, sat in his box. And then today, one of the nicest women that I've ever had the honor to talk to on this app, gonna get in her live today and throw her a line and stuff. But yet you just sat in a racist box the day before. And then you're going to get on here and you're going to say they, not name drop, but you're going to say they entice violence. They entice violence. But yet, Doug don't entice violence. But yet some of the worst things that he said is about some of the people that advocating for him. And these people are probably going to get on here and say, well, these people wasn't friends or they wouldn't have turned their back on us. No, these people were your friend. You turned your back on them. And because they didn't want to go support evil, you turned on them. Because they didn't want to go support that. But yet you're over there supporting that. You're over there supporting a man who has been charged and convicted of domestic violence and has got on this app and has said, KK, who was up here earlier, that her domestic violence never happened, or if it did, she deserved it all. You're going to advocate for that. You're going to support that. Any domestic violence person on here has a voice and they have a right to speak. And for somebody to try to hide their voice isn't right. Isn't right at all. And you're going to advocate for that. You're going to advocate the racists. You're going to advocate the homophobic slurs that he spits out. But yet you're going to get on here and you're going to take up for the for the gays, the LGBTQ nation. But yet you're advocating for him. He says, oh, they don't show no receipts. I show all the receipts. Doug has yet to show one receipt. One receipt Doug has yet to show. Diane on here. Diane loved that man like a son. She put a lot of money in his pocket. She finally walked away. He spoke bad and ill on her. Puts her down. Says that the phone call that he called her never happened, but yet he was on live when he called her and was speaking with her. He's vile. And they said, oh, he's changed. He's changed. I could see a change in him. But yet, just a few days ago, he was body shaming me, and he still body shames me. Still body shames me. And of course, it don't bother me, but yeah, he still body shames me. And Mr. Rick Wiley is in my messages. Don, I seen the video you did. Man, I didn't know it happened to you, man. I'm sorry. I appreciate, I got a lot of respect for you now, or whatever, yada yada. I don't know. I can't remember all of it. And I come back with Rick. You said and you say this, but yet you let him body shame me. Oh, I wasn't in his live. I didn't hear that. I wasn't in his live. Okay, you got a video up of me body shaming me. You don't say nothing about that. Body shamed me, I believe it was the day. Still yet to say that, but yet you're over here on this side getting mad at people making videos of you that's not even half as worse as what Doug said. So why are you going to get mad at them, but yet you're not going to speak up for the body shaming he done against me? When I'm a bigger guy, yeah, hi man, I'm a bigger guy. You're a bigger guy. Danny's a bigger guy. He says, I can't get out of the car. Well, I can walk just fine. But yet one of his followers can't get out of bed, and he says, I can't get out of a car, a vehicle. And you're all going to support that. You're all going to advocate for that. The vile stuff he has said to women on here, men. Oh, I know. I believe he's here. The vile things that I see, KK. He can stay here. I don't care. He can listen to whatever I have to say. And look, right there, Satan. Who do you have the right to call Satan? Hey, Red Hot, you don't have the right to call nobody Satan, Doug. And nobody has the right to call anybody else demonic when you're the demonic one. You're 44 years old. You haven't made nothing out of yourself. You never will. You break the law daily by getting on that motorcycle and driving. And yes, there's videos. You told me to prove it. All kinds of videos of it, Doug. All kinds of videos. How about you, the one that you said wished his house would burn down and hanging from a tree? How about you do something about that and say something to that man? There's a gentleman on here that he claimed that he would essay his wife, or should have essayed his wife. Y'all are going to advocate for that? You're all going to take up for that? Just because he was mad at that person and he's going to threaten to essay that person's wife? And that's something you're going to advocate? Oh, but yeah, wait a minute. That don't matter to you since you are just about like Doug Lane, because you like to body shame people. You like to put people down too. You have the same character as him, I guess. Oh, what do you mean? I didn't say nothing. I didn't body shame nobody. I didn't downgrade nobody. Okay, so you didn't get on here and you didn't say these people over there probably ain't got no teeth. They probably don't have a job. They probably don't work, probably never worked a day in their life. Look at the man behind that you're advocating for. He don't work. He chooses to be homeless. And he chooses to manipulate people. Just like he did the other day manipulated y'all with this little sad story, and y'all it was a money grab. Y'all fell right into it. And then yesterday, he's going to get on here and he's going to play these recordings. And one of them, he's going to say, no. Somebody says one was tatted. That wasn't tatted. Wasn't even Tatted's voice. Nowhere near Tatted's voice. And then you're going to take a recording. You're going to record, or whoever sent you recording, a ding-ding talking, and you're going to say that was a message left on the phone. Then you're going to say you went and get a restraining order today. And what the judge saying, yada, yada, yada. If you did see a judge that quick, which I doubt you did, but if you did, you was going to have to come back for a hearing on a restraining order. And then how are you going to get that restraining order served to the gentleman that you're trying to get a restraining order on? This man ain't nothing but lies. He manipulates just anything. Racist remarks, sits there, battles these people that's overseas. And because somebody's over at gifting them, they want to throw money to people that want to burn America down. But the most racist remarks I ever heard in my life. Money laundering. Apparently you don't even know what money laundering stands for. Getting on TikTok, throwing gifts is not money laundering. But yet I'm demonic, and I'm the uneducated one. And gets mad. If you're in his life, you don't throw him a gift, he's gonna get mad, and after so long, you hit the curb. You hit the curb. You hit the curb, you don't throw, and then he'll get on here and before he'll battle you. I ain't gonna battle you unless you send me a galaxy. These people over there gifting, they don't know them. I can't believe they're ever. Did anybody know you when they started gifting you? No. Nobody knew you. So you don't make no sense. And then y'all gonna sit on here. People were gonna watch the DV happen right before our eyes on live this past summer. But yet nothing. Gonna kick a dog in his private parts. The new dog. The last dog he had, Dolly, she got unalived, was ran over. Was said that she was ran over by Doug. She was running along the car and he ran over her. And then Blue, still gets on here and accuses people of stealing Blue and stuff. Can't steal something that Doug you put in the back of a car. And the dog getting out of there was the best thing that ever happened in that dog's life, was getting away from you. You slapped that dog upside the head with, I believe it was a pop bottle or a rolled up sock or something on live. You slapped that dog upside the head. Not once, not twice, but 4 times. You also took that dog by the collar with your hand and you picked that dog up off the ground with that dog trying to catch its breath. And you said you was training that dog. Dog was scared to death of water. Scared to death of water. And you take the dog and you pick him up and you sling him out in the lake. Dog scared to death of the water and you slung him out in the lake. You're an animal abuser. You're a woman abuser. You're a vile human being. You're a racist. You're homophobic. Like I said, you choose to be homeless. You haven't amounted to anything. You never will amount to nothing. And you can get on here and you can make fun of me. You can body shame me, try to put me down, whatever. But whatever you say, I'm going to clap back like I have. Because I'm telling you, what you're saying, and I'm clapping back with the videos, making people smile. And I'm getting a lot of views out of them and a lot of comments. So you're not hurting me. But by God, I could see. I could hear this evening when somebody said, Dawn's having a live tonight. You got mad. You said, Dawn could stick it where the sun don't shine. Boom. You was off because you got mad. You was mad. Mad. Dougie mad. Now he's coming up with these, I don't know, but he's talking about people with putting rubber bands around watermelons and stuff like that. You know, it's not my form of entertainment, but at least they're trying to entertain. At least they're trying to put some content out. What content have you put out? You don't put no content out. Only thing you do is you sit and you get on here, you manipulate your people that you are. You and Texas Patriot put people down. You boss Rick around. And that's all, and you put people down. You threaten people. That ain't content. You get mad because people don't get you. That ain't content. And we all heard what your father said you did to your daughter. Can I prove it? No, I can't prove it. But you was on live. Your daddy was on speaker. And we all heard what your daddy accused you of and said you did. Every one of us heard it. You got 5 kids. Don't take care of none of them. You went to see your son. What happened? What happened when you went to see your son? I believe you got a pew-pew pulled out on you. That's what you said. Pew-pew pulled out on you because you went to see your son because they didn't want you there. You weren't allowed to be there or something. One of the two. Only got something to say. I don't know. I see people talking about Oni. I don't know if he's got something to say. I don't know. I don't even know who it is. But yeah, somebody got 3 bread boxes that ain't even made. sent him money for 3 bread boxes. At least that's what he claims. That's what he claims. And you're all going to advocate for this man. You're all going to take up for this man. And then yet today you're going to sit and say, I wish we could get back to the good old days when we all could go in each other's boxes and we all could have fun. And all, but, you know, yeah, I agree. Everybody has been pulled apart. Everybody's been pulled apart. And you know why everybody's been pulled apart? There's one reason why everybody's been pulled apart. One reason, and one reason only. And that's Doug Lane has pulled everybody apart. His people are mad they're reporting. I don't know. I haven't got no restrictions or nothing. So if they're reporting, I mean, they can keep reporting. I don't care. I'm about to finish it up anyways. And yeah, he said that he was going to start bringing awareness to me and my group over here. Well, Doug, I got 200 and some people in here, and they're real people. They ain't fake. 200 and some real people in here. Where you can't even get 3 people to comment. You can't even get 3 people to put a 1 in the chat. But I got 200 and some people. And you know, you claim to be the other day you claimed that you was the best creative, that you give everybody the best content there was, you give them. But you can't get 3 people to comment. So yeah, you got the greatest content in the world. Greatest content in the world. Hey, Red Hot.
Hi,
How you doing, honey?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I just have a couple questions.
Okay.
First one is, he will have people in his chat and say what he has to say about the so-called awareness and being bullied. But if somebody goes in there to tell them how they feel, because everybody has their own opinions, you're blocked. You will not get boxed up. Why? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. And content would have been watching him make that bread,
Exactly.
whatever it is. That would have been, but nothing was even said that he was going to even make that. And then out of the blue, he comes in with this bread box that he is now gonna I don't know what he's gonna do with it. But funny that he went sightseeing today.
Yeah.
I thought he had 5 bread boxes to make.
Well, not only that, I believe yesterday it was said that he works every day, all day long.
Oh yeah.
So how do you go sightseeing? How do you stay on TikTok all the time if you work all the time every day?
Right. And if I don't see it being made in front of my eyes, then it's not being made. Period.
Yeah,
They make it in front of me, so it's not made. It wasn't made from you.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to keep going. I want him, because I know he's hearing me, because he's going to go live after you shut down, and he's going to bring his 2 people in there, as he's going to say, did you hear those bullies? Were you in Doug's live? blah, 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 blah.
Dawn.
Okay,
Dawn.
well, there's 211 people in here, and I'm saying unblock me, and I will talk to you straight up to your face.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
if not, then you're a coward.
He's
Period.
well, he's a coward, anyways.
I mean, we all know that exactly. But he says that everybody's bullying him.
Mm-hmm.
Really, how are we not getting bullied by him calling us the names that he calls us?
Exactly.
By him saying he wants to unalive Kentucky Witch, amongst other things that he said about her, disgusting things. And most of the time, she's not even in there. She's at doctor's appointments when he's talking smack about her.
Oh, yeah.
He knows how to get a hold of her. If he wanted to talk to her, then he could have talked to her one-on-one. But that's why he wears training pants, and he's a little boy, and he's never been taught how to be a man, and never will be.
Oh,
so.
exactly.
Anyways, I could go on forever, but I would love him to unblock me and open his box so I can be in his house and talk to him.
Exactly.
All right, Don, I appreciate you.
Appreciate
Thank you
you,
so
girl. Thank you for coming up.
Love you, Don.
Love you too. But yeah, like I said, he said that he was going to bring awareness on me and everybody over here on this side of awareness. I wish you would send all the new people over this way. Please. Please do it. Send them all the new ones over here. Because when you do awareness on me and all these people over here, KK and Dunkin' These Nuts and Kendall and Country and Red Hot or whatnot, Tatted. When you do all that, they're all going to come over here and they're all going to check us out. They're all going to try to see what we're like. And maybe we can get the truth in their head. Maybe we can get the truth in their head. And quit listening to your chat, because just like I said, your chat don't know what they're talking about. Because the one that you said is Tatted is not Tatted. Sounds nothing like Tatted. Nothing like Tatted at all. So do what you need to do. And, but yeah, I mean, as you can see, and this was another thing. Some of you new people, a couple of his old moms are in the chat right now. You know, if you see somebody that used to be over there, that's not over there, reach out to them and ask them why they're not there no more. Reach out and ask them. Reach out and help them, girl.
Hi, Dawn. I appreciate you very much.
You're welcome.
I
Thank you.
I have a concern with the fact that he says he's sober for so many days and he's tried so many times. I have transported multiple victims of alcohol, etc., and they're shaking, they're having seizures, you know, the vomiting, the stomach cramps. We've never once seen him have any of that.
Oh yeah, I agree with you, Cole. My dad went through all that, and I seen it firsthand. So
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
I believe that he drinks enough to keep him going through the day that no one can see it. Probably mixing something with soda or something, but I just don't believe that part.
That's him. That's him. Hold on, Squirrel. That's him. I'll get on that here in just a minute. Just stick around just for a second, and I'll tell you.
And that's all I wanted to say. I just don't see him as an alcoholic in sober living.
All right. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly, and I thank you for coming up and sharing that with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear. You have a good evening.
You too.
That's him. That's him. Tommy. Doug turned on Tommy and said that Tommy got like $100. I think it was $190 or $200 off of Pet Dog bad dog. You know, hey, if they can do it, if his chat over there can turn and call turn Kentucky witch into Kentucky bitch, I can do it. Bitch dog got $190, $200 off of her, and refuses to pay her back. And Doug supposedly showed these receipts, these cash out, but I don't believe it. I mean, I don't. But yeah, that's what happened to Tommy. And Tommy left Doug before that, but Doug said he'd give him. KK, I'm glad you said something. Thank you, KK. Yeah, that's what happened to him. That's him. So yeah, he turned on him. He said he'd give Tommy this many days to make it right. He was going to call him. Doug likes to talk a big game behind this glass right here. If Doug wasn't behind this glass, I guarantee you, Doug would not talk none of that stuff to none of us. And then the other night, I can't remember who, somebody put a little short out, a pet dog in a box, and talking about how her mother was alcoholic, and she was talking that she give her mother money to buy that drink, and which her mother unalived herself. And they said, well, pet dog, you unalived your mother. And she got mad. And supposedly she's off this app. She's gone. She's not on here. But I don't believe it, because we've heard that before. We've heard that she's leaving the app and she's gone for good. And she come back under tried to come back under a different name, didn't work. And probably Kay at Dry Spots, you might be on to something there. But yeah, she's one of Doug's real big enablers. And even if she's not on this app, she's still going to send him PayPal. He said the Cash App got shut down, but he's still going to send him PayPals or whatever. And that's another thing. TikTok says they're going to cut down on the begging and the people asking for PayPals and Cash Apps and stuff. That don't work. And Doug, let me ask you this. Does the IRS, did you file your taxes last year? Did you file your taxes off of TikTok last year? Bet you didn't. Bet your IRS would like to know about that. Probably. Just saying. I mean, don't know, but I'm just saying. I'm just guessing. Maybe. And Renee, the battling is, I could agree. Some of it's getting out of hand, but it can be used if it's used right. If it's used right, it could be a lot of fun. Some of it is getting out of hand because the money is getting to some of these people's heads, and that's all they're about on here now. And but yeah, if it's used right, it could be. I don't know what that. Yeah, Becky, exactly. There's an address now. Yeah, he orders Amazon. There's an address. IRS might would like to know. Might like to check see if Dougie filed out for any taxes last year. Could be. I don't know. But guys, I think I've had y'all long enough. I appreciate each and every one of you all sticking around. Nobody told you today they loved you. I love you. And I hope each and every one of y'all have a blessed day tomorrow. Be safe, and everybody, please, I'm asking you, if you don't care, please keep Kentucky Witch in your prayers as she's going through this surgery. Please keep her in your prayers. There's a few people that's with her. Keep them in your prayers as they sit there with her and as they travel back to their own destinations when all this is done. Keep them in your prayers. And everybody, I'm thankful you all came, and I'm thankful you all got to listen. And I hope you all learned something. If not, I'm sorry I tried. But I thank you all for being here. And I'll make up another live here before long. And appreciate what you awareness people do, bringing awareness. Keep doing it. Keep your funny videos coming out. Doing great. Love it. KK, keep doing what you're doing. Everybody keep doing what you're doing. And God bless everybody. And I hope you each and every one have a good evening.